Representatives with the Andover Management Group say this 100-unit complex is considered the first of its kind in the Lakewood area. While today was the official groundbreaking of the landing at Lakewood Harbor, work is already well underway. Representatives with the Andover Management Group say they've owned the property for years while they worked to figure out what to build. The plan includes 1- and 2-bedroom units, as well as 2 penthouses. Representatives say they'll all have high-end cabinetry and finishes and patios. The complex will have various amenities, including a dog park, fitness center, and pool. Pricing hasn't been released yet. The Andover Management Group says what makes this complex stand out is that it looks out over Lake Fontaine.
Lexington has been, booming, and people need more and more places to go. So we're really excited to offer something that hasn't been seen yet in Lexington, especially in this area. A lot of people that live here already want to stay in this area. We are very excited to offer something different for them, see if there's something that, this property might bring to their needs. The complex is expected to open in the fall of 2024. If you're interested and would like to check it out, we have a link to who you can reach out to in this story on our WKYT News app. In Lexington, Mariah Conchito, WKYT.